We're live, Friday morning sales meeting, man, 8:45 sharp. Well, 8:46 today.
At MPI, in City College, in Fort Lauderdale. The weather is fantastic down here. Good morning, good morning.
I hope it's fantastic where you are, wherever you're tuning in. Doesn't matter if you're here, California, Minnesota. I know one thing, the weather's beautiful down here, isn't it?
Oh, we got Florida weather, baby.
Looking sharp today, Big Al.
Thanks a lot, babe. Absolutely good.
2019, man. I mean, it's here. I mean, come on. Let's get ready to rock and roll. This could be the best year of your life in the automotive industry. Now, what we talk about is anything. It doesn't matter. The sales techniques that we talk about is in any sale. So we're going to really harp on a few things here today. Number one, it is 2019.
2019, and we've been together for 3 years.
3 years
together, 3 years.
All
right. 3 years we've been
clarify that.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're live on Facebook, and we're also live on our Zoom conferencing. And for the last couple of weeks, we only did our private Zoom conferences. So every once in a while, we're going to come back here on our Facebook Lives, and so that we can kind of share things with the world. But if you're dialing in from our Zoom conference in one of our dealerships, we're switching over to a new platform this week. You'll all be getting your usernames and passwords. And hey, even if you're not in the automotive industry and you're not currently one of our clients, if you want a username and password, reach out to me. Reach out to Al. I am us. Let us know. We'll get you into those private teachings that we're going to be doing every Wednesday and every Friday. We're going to even be adding some more surprise days out there, aren't we?
Got a lot of stuff going on, baby.
A lot of stuff happening. A lot of great stuff happening.
Absolutely.
2019. Al, let's talk about 2019.
2019. Did you set your goals? Did you break them yet? How many people stopped smoking? You're already smoking, okay? Let's talk about, this is a brand new year. And guess what? Christmas will be here before we know it. And like I always like to say is, where do you want to be next year? In a different place than you are today? Because the depressing thing is if you're in the same place today as you are next year, that's pretty sad. Because I did a lot of that. Another year, oh my God, no money. Another year, no money, right? Because I never had goals. Now, it's completely changed.
It is. It's important, isn't it? We talk about our life. It's kind of like it's a transmission in a vehicle, right? We're either in drive, moving forward, going ahead, moving forward towards our goals. We're either in neutral, just not going anywhere, doing everything, or kind of we're in reverse. We definitely don't want to be in reverse or neutral. It doesn't make any sense.
Got to keep going forward.
You got to keep moving forward. 2019. Hey, brush up on your selling skills. This isn't. We need to really focus this year on making as much money as we possibly can. Want to do a little shout out here to a few people
Shout it out,
joining
baby.
us right now on
You
Facebook.
take one. You take one.
Cheryl, Clayton, Angie,
John, Bob.
hello
Welcome.
everybody. Welcome.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah, we're moving forward, right?
Got to move forward.
We're moving forward. Hey, look, sales is a trade. It's a trade. I talk about this in the sales training. It's a trade. You learn how to become an expert, a great salesman, not even a professional salesman. Hey, if you're a professional salesperson, you should strive to be a great salesperson. We're going to talk about that today in steps 1, 2, and 3. I believe in my heart, I always talk about this, that these steps is what separates the greats from the average or even the professionals. Hey, there's a lot of good professional salespeople out there, but do you want to be one of the greats? And that's the key. We want to focus on learning our trade. I talk about becoming an electrician, right? I talk about becoming an electrician. If you're an electrician, what do? You start out as an apprentice, don't you? Right? You start out digging ditches, you start out running pipe, you start out doing things like that. And for the next several years, you have to work your way up. You have to even go to school in order to become a journeyman.
Right.
And then you get paid X amount of dollars for your work.
Right.
Well, in sales, we need to become experts. If you're an apprentice, you want to become a journeyman. How do you do that? By learning, by going to school, by tuning into these broadcasts, by going to other broadcasts, and by learning what to say, what to do, and how to do it, right?
Sometimes people need to understand, we're just not talking about selling a product or service. We're talking about selling ourselves to ourselves. It's about selling ourselves to ourselves. What do you think when you come home and you go, I should go to the gym, I'm too tired to go to the gym, I don't know, right? We need to sell ourselves that, get up and go to the gym. Get up and go to the gym. Like you said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Mel Robbins, great book, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right?
So we got to be selling ourselves all the time.
Right, and we got to take our feelings out of it, don't we?
Yeah.
Because hey, you know what? I don't feel like waking up in the morning. I mean, who does, right? I want to sleep in every morning, right? I don't feel like getting up at 5:30 and starting my day. No, I want to sleep till 7 or 8. But the reality is we got to separate our feelings from what we want to accomplish. That book, Mel Robbins' 5-second rule, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You know, she even talks about just taking the 30-day challenge of waking up rather than hitting that snooze button, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up, move, no snooze button. And it actually works. That's what this year's got to be about, Al.
Action. You know, Tony Robbins always says, massive action. Grant Cardone, massive action. Okay? We have to have action. When we think about it, we talk ourselves out of it. Right? We talk ourselves out of it.
5 seconds.
Right. Hey, I should go to the gym. Go. Don't be thinking about it because you're not going to get up. Right? Or I should go to the gym and the TV show is on. Right? You want to watch that TV show or you want to go to the gym? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your butt up.
Go.
Okay? Jill, good morning. Nice to have you.
Mark, good morning. Mark, Julio, welcome, 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 guys. Let's get into the steps. 1, 2, 3, the most important steps to the sale. Step 1. Now, again, this applies to any sale. Hey, if you're not in the automotive industry, if you're selling insurance, if you're selling homes, I don't care what you're selling. If you're selling clothing at the mall. Hey, if you're selling shoes at Nordstrom, I did an example yesterday about how important these 3 steps are, even selling shoes. And we know people that sell shoes at Nordstrom that make 6 figures a year, don't they?
Yep.
But they're great. You see, there's a difference between somebody making 40 grand a year or 100,000 plus. It doesn't matter what you're selling. They're great because they follow these steps. Step 1 is the meet and greet.
I call it the love. Pour love on people when they come in. Love on them. Don't worry about selling them anything. They drove to your dealership which says, I'm interested in your product.
Right.
So let's be a professional and treat them the right way.
Right.
Give them love. Don't worry about money and credit and all that. Just love on them.
Yeah.
We'll get to all that.
Step 1, you got to show appreciation, right? If you're, I mean, let's face it. If you're watching this right now, you're in the automotive industry. You know, we're going live on Facebook, so we have a lot of people joining us from different industries, right? Not only our specific automotive clients and dealers, but hey, if you're in the automotive industry, you want to show love, man. This person that just walked on your lot, number 1, we know that they've done all the research. They've narrowed it down to 1.4 cars, okay? They know what they want. They know the color they want.
Yeah.
They know everything. And they're about to pay you $500 or $600 commission in your pocket.
Right.
So rather than saying, hey guys, how you doing? Can I help you? Say, hey man, what's up? I love you, bro. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
man. Thank
absolutely.
you. Love up on them, right? Show
Absolutely.
appreciation for them.
Right.
I mean, don't literally hug them. I might scare them a little bit. But you know, you understand the point of it is to show them love, to greet them with a smile, with appreciation, to show your customer that you care about them, that you really want their business. I'm not saying being overly enthusiastic. I'm just an overly enthusiastic person, right?
Yes, you are.
But I'm saying show them love, Al, and he's talk about them more because I know you're an expert at this. This is your thing about showing appreciation and love. Big Al, Uncle Al, right?
Karen, good morning. The biggest sale you ever made. Right on.
It's yourself.
It's yourself. You know, I walked into a shoe store the other day, and somebody said, do you need some help? I go, no, I'm just looking. Then I met a salesman and bought 3 pairs of shoes.
Right.
I mean, it's how you make people feel. People don't quite understand that. And knowing that what may come out of their mouth. You know, again, we sent mystery shoppers to 21 dealerships not too long ago. Out of the 21 dealerships, only 2 professional salespeople greeted them and made them feel comfortable. Everybody else said, you want to buy a car today?
Yeah.
Or what's your credit like? So it's so important that when somebody comes in, don't worry about selling them a car. I can't stress that enough. Worry about making them feel good. They drove there. That's enough. Right?
Not only is that enough.
And we know what they're going to say. You know, I'm not ready. I'm just looking. I'm shopping. No problem. We're glad that you look at our vehicles. Thank you for coming in here today. Just love on them. And you'll be surprised as you go through the steps, the sale starts getting better and better, and it's not such a hassle.
Yeah, and the key part of that, and what you just said is, hey, they've already drove down to the dealership, or they already came to your insurance office, or hey, they already came to your store to buy the shoes. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but you know, they already drove to your dealership. They're not coming there just to hang out with you, okay? They're coming there for a very specific reason, and understand that. So step 1 is so vitally important. We have, and what we talk about in our manual, right here on page 8, we talk about 90 seconds. You have 90 seconds to make a really good first impression. I mean, so, it could be less than that, right? But 90 seconds, and the customer's going to be asking 4 questions within those 90 seconds. They're making a mental judgment about you. I mean, let's be real. They're making a mental judgment about you, your product, your expertise, how you look, how you appear, your enthusiasm. Do you like your job? Do you not like your job? This is all going through that customer's mind right now, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So they're asking 4 questions, and we talk about that a lot. Number 1, can I trust him or her? Are you looking the customer in the eye, or are you doing one of these? So what brought you in today? Right? So they're asking, can I trust you? That's what they're asking first thing, right? What's the second thing that they're asking now?
Are you committed to excellence? Do you know your product? It's sad when a customer walks in and says, what's the difference between an S and an SI or an SE, right? And you go, I don't know. Well, why would somebody want to spend $30,000, $40,000 on I don't know? That's why a lot of salespeople, they want to wait on customers, but they're not equipped. They don't know their product. And what happens is when people ask them questions they don't know, they don't have confidence, the customer doesn't have confidence, and believe it or not, you blow a sale because you don't know your product.
A lot of times, if you're new, specifically, for example, in the automotive industry, that's okay as long as you let your customer know that you're new and that you're learning. Because a lot of times, especially if you're new, the customer's going to know more about the product that they want to buy than you are. Don't try to make it sound like you know more than them. Hey, if they know more than you, let them sell it to themselves, right? It is important that you commit to excellence. And if you're new, just commit to getting certified as quickly as you can with your manufacturer that you're selling, no matter what manufacturer it is. Study on your off time about the product. The most important product, in my opinion, is people. It's getting to know people.
Right.
And as we go into step 2, as we bridge into step 2, we're going to talk about, getting to know what their hot buttons are, right? The third thing that they're going to be asking about is do you care about them as a person? Are you sincerely listening to your customer? Do you really, really care about them? And they're asking that. Or are you just kind of blowing off what they're listening? Like if they're coming in for a specific model, for example, with a specific trim package, are you trying to upsell them right away? Right in step number 1. Don't do that. Like Al said before, don't even sell them at this step. Hey, man, thanks for showing up. Just love them. You're going to have plenty of time to sell them, right? So at this point, those 3 questions, and the 4th one is, can I believe him and her, right?
Can I believe? It's how you look. People don't realize that people look at the way you're dressed. If you're you're telling a lot of people, hey, Mr. Customer, I'm your salesman forever. I'll take care of you. When you look at him, I saw a salesman, the sole on his shoes was flopping.
Yeah.
Right? His shirt was all stained. I mean, this is your tools.
Right.
The way you look every day. You put good look, good dress, good spiel, man, it's a winning combination.
Winning.
But if you don't care how you look, then this is just going to be a job. Patrick, Frank, good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Here's the other part. If you smoke, hey, that's okay. We we always talk about, smoking and smoking. Hey, I was an ex-smoker. I am an ex-smoker, so I used to smoke, but I quit. But if you smoke, make it a point that if you have a cigarette, do not smoke in the front of the dealership. Man, I went over to one of the dealerships. You know which one I was at the other day just to go visit. And the salesman didn't recognize me initially. I traded in my truck and got a new car, so they didn't see me pulling up in the new car. They didn't recognize me. He walks out, he had a cigarette in his hand right in the front. Couple things. Don't do that. Go outside in the back somewhere, smoke in a designated area. Don't throw cigarette butts in there. Come on, man. And the other thing is this. If you smoke, go wash your hands immediately. Get that smell off your hands and put a mint in your mouth.
And some body spray.
Spray. Some people get offended by that. Now, I don't, but some people do.
But people don't realize it because, we were both ex-smokers. They don't realize that your breath, your hands, and your clothes, when you're not smoking, you smell that on people.
Yes, you do.
And nowadays, there's people that say, if you're a smoker, give me somebody that doesn't smoke.
Yes. Yeah.
You shouldn't be smoking anyway. There's enough information out there.
Enough information. Here's the thing. So those are the 4 questions that they ask in step number 1, right? You want to build a real quick rapport. Show them that you actually care about them. Remember, people will buy from you if they like you and they trust you. If you're a sincere individual, if you do not, if you treat them with respect, if you treat them right, you do not lie to them, and you give a customer really what they want and then some, they're going to buy a car from you, right or wrong.
Absolutely.
The goal here is to get a few questions asked, okay? Few questions, establish a quick rapport, and then bridge into step number 2, right? bridge into step number 2. Now, I believe in my heart this is the most important step to the sale.
You always say it.
I always say it.
Secret sauce.
I call it the secret sauce. And the reason why I call it the secret sauce is this is where the sale happens. In fact, I always tell the story about that person that we were talking in the dealership, and he says, man, I'm a good closer, man. I close anybody. They just send me in, I'll hammer the deal out, right? That's not a closer. This is where the close starts, building that trust and building that rapport. When someone likes you and trusts you, they're going to buy from you. So here you want to ask tons of questions, right? This is the key, step number 2, right or wrong.
It's what it's all about. You're just going to find out how to best help them.
Right.
How to save time, how to give them your best that you possibly can, and make a friend. Again, we say it, they drove to the dealership. That's a big sign, I'm interested in your product.
Right.
But if you understand that the customer has certain things on their mind that, I really don't like car salespeople, and, I've been jerked around before, and I've been pressured before. It's not about you, it's about their previous experiences.
Right.
That's why we got to bloom when we see them. That's why we need to step 2 is to sit down and tell me exactly what you're looking for. Tell me how I can assist you today.
Yeah.
And then when they give you the, well, I'm not buying today. Folks, I understand you're going to buy someday, right? My job is to make sure I give you all the information before you leave. Maybe you come back and see me someday.
And guess what? If they tell you they're not buying today, that doesn't necessarily mean they're not buying today, okay?
Listen.
I mean, come on.
All our years' experience, we made our money on people that said they're not buying. That's
Absolutely.
where we made our money.
Well, they're trained to say that, aren't they?
They're trained to say that.
Here's the key. With step number 2, specifically with the product, we all know that most customers these days, like I said, they all know what they want, they're looking for. It's our job to find out what they're looking for. It's our job as a salesperson not to upsell. It's our job to give so much value to the customer, maybe sometimes even downsell, and show the benefits to the customer of what they're buying without spending extra money. And if you can do that with your customer, you have a deal, even if they tell you they're not buying. There's a lot of ways to do it. We can't go into that now because we spend a whole day just on these 3 subjects. In fact, we have I don't have the calendar in front of us, but we have a 1-day seminar coming up specifically focusing on these 3 steps. We role play, we go through it, we talk about the guest sheet that we have here in our book, we go through that, the questions that we should ask, building rapport, mirroring and matching. But the key here is to really take your time getting to know what's important to your customer, because this step will tell you everything you need to know in order to sell them a car, what benefits they really want, the features that they really want, the objections that they're going to have, and it's going to set up your entire sale, right? It's going to set up your entire sale. I think Melissa just joined us. Melissa, long time, great to see you. And Carol,
our star, our rock star, Carol. You are a rock star.
She is, isn't she?
Absolutely.
Still at the Toyota store.
You blew everybody away, Carol. Everybody.
So, there's 3 main areas that you
Hold
want
on a
to...
second. Mel, how you do, Mel?
Mel is Melissa.
Oh, Melissa.
Hey. 3 main areas that we want to talk about. There's so many ways you can build rapport with a customer. Hey, look, if a customer pulls up and you see that they pull up, for example, and they pull up and they park in a spot, and you may notice some stickers on the back of the car. Maybe they have some animal stickers or a picture of their dogs, or maybe you see a picture of the person has a soccer mom on the back, or the hockey goalie, or whatever. Ask questions, build rapport, right? I mean, for example, if somebody pulls in, they got pictures of their dogs on the sticker on the car, they're dog lovers. Bring that up. Obviously, that's a good thing for them. Start to build rapport, especially if you have dogs. If you have, maybe somebody's wearing a baseball hat, right? Or they're wearing a Yankee hat. Hey, I'm a Yankee fan. I want to talk to them about the Yankees. So there's 3 areas that we talk about a lot on how to really set the stage for the sale, for the close in step number 9, really here in step 2, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Personally, you want to find out about the customer, what they're using the car for, where do they live, their family, how many children they have, if they have children, what their ages are, a lot of things like that, right?
Well, this is being a businessman and a businesswoman.
Right.
Hey, I want to know who you are, because I'm hoping that this isn't like I'm going to sell you a car and that's it. I want to be your car person.
Right.
I want you to come to me with any situation you have. Your wife needs a car, your kids. People have an attorney, an accountant, and a doctor. Have a car person that you can count on.
Yeah.
Whether I've had people call me, just, Al, what do you think of such and such? Or, Al, what kind of deal do you think this, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
And here's the thing. when you start to build that rapport, people feel a lot more comfortable with you, right? Tommy the car guy Caputo just joined us, right? Tommy's excellent at step number 2, right? In fact, you can't get past Tommy to buy a car from him unless you sit in his office and talk to him.
Right.
So I mean, and he's like, look, like I say, he's my best friend. He's a guy that really knows how to do steps 1, 2, and 3, and it's so important because this is going to set your sale up. Try this today. Don't take step number 1 and go from step number 1, how you doing, welcome to the dealership, right to the inventory. Because you can't really build that rapport out in the inventory looking at a sea of cars. You got different colors, people are confused, different stickers, different models, different options. You can only really do it sitting at a desk. And you can't really find out what the customer wants, even on the new car, unless you're talking to them one-on-one, right? Eyeball to eyeball. Because if they're looking at the inventory, if you skip the step and they're looking at the inventory, man, there's so many different options and colors out there. I mean, some dealerships that we deal with have over 1,000 cars in stock, don't they?
We have Jill's with us, and Jill is a professional dog groomer.
Yes.
She's right. And
Jill,
it just came to me that what if somebody brought their dog in to be groomed, and Jill said, "Boy, what an ugly dog." you think that person would let you take care of their dog? So somebody comes in with a dog, even if the dog is ugly, oh, he's so cute, come over here, right? So we have to pay attention to what we say, because we could ruin the whole sale in the beginning by saying the wrong thing. Because when you say it, then they go, typical salesperson, typical car person. We must engage our brain before our mouth goes off.
No question.
People don't get that.
No question.
Right.
Yeah, and it's so important to find a product that they want, right?
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what product they're looking for. If they're looking for a specific product, they have a reason why, especially if they've done the research, right? So sit down with your customer. Take the time with the customer. And the other thing that you want to talk about a lot also is their trade-in, right? To find if they have a trade or if they have a car that they want to sell us, find out about that vehicle, what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it, who their payoff is with, right? What they're going to be doing with the car, what they're planning on doing with the car. Because here's a key thing. Sometimes trade-ins are not your friend, right or wrong, okay? Because I'll assure you that if somebody has a vehicle that they're going to be trading into you, and if it's worth anything, 100% of the people are doing a research on what that car is worth. I'm not going to say 90, it's 100. They are going on whatever site it may be, right? TrueCar or KBB.com, NADA.com, and they're doing research to find out what their car is worth. And they're coming in with a predetermined number for what their vehicle's worth. So you want to find out what is important to the customer and never beat up a customer's car, right or wrong. Don't ever say, oh, man, that thing's a piece of crap,
Wow, man, 200,000 miles, it's still running, man. You get your money out of this car.
Right.
Not bad.
Even if it had 200,000 miles, what do you say?
Unbelievable. And it's still taking you back and forth. This car's been good to you.
Great car, man. We can always use a good quality used car, especially one with a lot of miles, man. That's awesome.
And I like to say sometimes, so let me ask you a question. Did you get your money out of this car? And they go, oh, yeah, absolutely. So we're going to use that later when we're ready to close the deal.
Right.
You got your money out of the car. What do you want, $5,000 for a 200,000-mile car?
Right.
You got your money out of it.
A lot of times, the vehicle itself, and here's where you're also going to find out if the customer actually qualifies for a vehicle that they want. You're going to find out about their job, what they do for a living, how much money they earn. And you don't have to ask direct questions like that. Like, you don't have to say, so tell me, what do you do for a living and how much do you make and all that stuff. No, you can get a good guesstimate and you can understand it. Like, for example, you're sitting down with the customer and you say, so tell me something, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm a waiter. Really cool. What restaurant? Oh, I'm at this really fancy French restaurant over here in Fort Lauderdale on the Strip. Awesome, man. Congratulations. How long you been there? I've been there for 3 years. Good for you, man. Pretty good gig there, isn't it? Yes, it is. You can guesstimate from that what that is. Now, we all know. Now, guess what? Now you got a 3-year job, right? Maybe
Stability.
they make, they get some stability. Maybe they make $75,000 a year. Is it all provable? Don't know. You'll probably want to do a little investigation, right? Right? Maybe 50 to 75 a year. Who knows? And I'm just making the numbers up, but you can guesstimate because it's important that we find out that if the customer can actually afford the car, number one, that they come in for, and number two, that they'll qualify for the vehicle, right or wrong.
There's so many deals out there and lease deals on certain cars that sometimes you can guide the customer and say, you know what, I know you want this, but would you be open if I showed you this because this might work better for you? I mean, we don't realize that we're there to help them buy a car. Get out that I got to sell somebody a car.
Correct.
I want to help them buy a car because if they're happy, guess what? We get more business.
Of course.
But most salespeople sell somebody a car, and that's it. Done.
Yeah.
Never to see them again.
Great point. And that's a great
I
point.
have a few good points once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's a good point, though.
Good.
We want to help our customers, buy the vehicle, right? We don't want to sell. The customers kind of know what they want. I mean, it's our job to kind of help us and guide them, especially if they need our help and guide, right? If they need our help and our
Hey,
guidance,
David.
we're definitely going to help and guide them to the vehicle that they want, especially if they have credit issues and things like that. And I want to say this, very, very important. If someone does have credit situations or credit issues, do not treat them any different than somebody who has $100,000 in their pocket. It doesn't matter, okay? In fact, I'll even say this. People have credit issues that need your help and need your guidance. If you help them and you guide them and you respect them, they're going to send more people to you, aren't they? Because they know the situation that they're in. So it's really important that we don't prejudge. It's really important that we don't put somebody in a situation that they don't feel comfortable either, right? Very, very important.
I like to tell everybody that, if you go to the doctors, maybe your child or your wife or whatever, you go to your doctors, and what's the doctor going to do? Let's say you have a pain in your side. You go and touch it. Where's that? That hurt?
Yeah.
Hurt there? When did it start hurting, Matt?
Right.
What were you doing? What were you eating? Right? He's going to ask questions. Understand that you're a car doctor. They come to a dealership. It's like a car hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Their car's sick. They don't like it anymore. They're there to change it. And you're the car doctor. What are you going to ask? Where it hurts? Gas mileage? Where it hurts? Too old? Where it hurts? Too many miles? I mean, I can't make it any simpler than that.
We can't.
Asking questions so you can best fit them in the right product or whatever it may be.
That's the key, okay? Doing the right thing at all times, isn't it?
Right.
Hey, look, as a sales professional, we have to do the right things at all times, right? Anthony Ruggiero's on the phone, my brother from another mother for 30-some years, man.
Whoa.
We're best of friends here. 35 years.
35 years,
35
Anthony.
years. So, look, man, it's real simple. I mean, this is the key here. The best, most successful salespeople in the world, the greats, they make friends and build trust and rapport with their customers. Hey, if you're one of these guys that are a salesperson that's a hammer, you just hammer, close, man, you're working a lot. That's not being a professional. The greats that build rapport, that build repeat and referral business, people that come back over and over to buy again, that call them up because guess what? This is my car guy. Al DeSaro is my car guy. I'm not going anywhere. We have people that have been throughout class. We have people that we've known for many years that they won't go anywhere and buy a car from that other than that person. Period. Right or wrong?
Right.
Wait, hey, I'm in the market for a new car. Let me call Tommy. I'm in the market for a new car. Let me call Steve. I'm in the market for a new car. Let me call Bob. Right? Why? Because it's that trust that you build. Because they know, the customer knows that they're getting a good deal, a fair deal. Hey, profit's not a dirty word. We're in business to make a profit, right?
Makes the world go around.
Right. I mean, we're not hurting anybody. We're making a small, nice profit, and that's what we're here to do. Steps 1, steps 2. If you're not doing step 1 and 2 properly, you got to look in the mirror. Really take your time here. If you're spending 4 or 5 hours a lot of times with customers only to find out that they can't buy the vehicle that they came in for, you need to come to our seminar that's coming up and check the calendar. You guys have it. And if you're not in the business, you want to know about it, reach out to us. The seminar that we have coming up that focuses strictly on step 1, 2, and 3. We really take the whole day out. Step 3 is to touch the desk and selection, right? Touch the desk and selection. You want to let your managers know where you are because your managers are there to help you, okay? They're there to guide you. Hey, man, I don't know a sales manager in the car business. I'm sure there's a few out there, but I don't know any that haven't started selling cars, right or wrong. So they're there to help you, aren't they?
That's how they make their money. It's real simple. But step 1 and 2, I mean, people take it lightly. It is so important. Mm-hmm. It's so important. When you stick your hand out, how do you stick your hand out? What are the first words you say? And when the customer's talking, do you zip it and understand you got 2 ears and 1 mouth? It's vitally important. Like you said about Tommy, right? No, we're not going to look at cars. Come on to my office, sit down, let's have a cup of coffee, and let's see what you really need. Yeah, I know you want that 4-door Cadillac out there, but let's make sure that's the right car for you.
Right.
And, make sure I get you the right payment.
And that's what he does.
Yeah, I know.
Like you can't. If you're here to say, "Hey, Tommy, let me go look at that." No. Come on inside. Sit down. Have a seat.
Yeah.
He got a refrigerator in there, a little mini fridge. You spend $75.
That's why he's so successful.
Right.
He's straight up with people. He makes them laugh. And he's got a little Italian over there, Hey, over here. Because when it's all over, he goes, hey, you going to buy the car or what? Okay?
Well, not quite like that. But in fact, with Tommy's clients, it's not even, I mean, it's kind of like they just sign up because they know they're getting a fair deal at a fair price.
Right.
And here's the best part about step 1 and step 2. If you do this step properly, negotiation in step 9, step 8, wherever your dealership keeps it, is so much easier. It's like with Tommy, there is no negotiation. Sign right here. And no problem, right? Because you've built that trust, you've built that rapport, you demonstrated that to your customer that you actually care about them as a person. You've asked the right question, you gave them the right product, you've showed the features and the benefits. And hey, it doesn't matter if it's cars, if it's insurance, if it's real estate, if it's airplanes, doesn't matter what it is. This is in every single sale, isn't it?
This is you. This is everybody. Selling is living life. Selling is living life. Because we're always selling ourselves. We're selling ourselves to get out in traffic. Okay? We're always selling. People don't understand that. It's not like I go to a job, all right, got to sell for 8 hours. No, you're selling all day long.
I love people who say, I'm not a salesman. I can't be a salesman.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
I can't be a salesman.
No.
You have to recognize every person in this world is a salesman. You're selling your spouse on why they should stay with you. You're selling your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Hey, if you have children, man, you are a master negotiator. You know? I mean, think about it. I negotiate with Zane every day, all day. It's all we do is negotiate back and forth, right? And the same thing with Maddie, right? So look, we are salesmen. We're all sales professionals. We really are. And when you start to understand that, and you want to study the art of selling, you want to study the art of becoming the best that you can be, this will make a difference in 2019.
It'll make a difference in Walter, Sammy,
Jesse. You haven't seen Jesse in so long. Good to see you, Jesse. 2019 is here, guys. Steps 1, step 2, step 3 are the most important steps to the sale, no matter what you're selling. In the automotive world, I believe it's everything. And I say that because of my experience of selling Mitsubishis. You know, again, I always say that when I first started selling cars in '92, we didn't really have the internet, right? Customers literally said, we're going out this weekend to shop for cars. I'm going to go look at a Galant, I'm going to go look at a Camry, I'm going to go look at an Altima, I'm going to go look at a Accord, right? If I didn't build that rapport in step number 2 and the customer left my Galant to go to that Accord or that Camry or that Altima,
they weren't coming back.
They weren't coming back, were they? No. This is the most important step. So especially as we work with all of our clients, right? We really harp on this because this is the most important step to make that friend, to build that trust, guys. Hey, look, 2019 is here. We got to wrap this up. We're going past our time, but because we can talk about this all day, okay? But 2019, Big Al, is here, man. It is here. We can really make a difference this year, right?
We are making a difference.
If you want to make a difference in your life, study, commit to studying about sales. Commit to picking up a book a month, 1 book a month. That's it. Commit now. 1 book a month. Hey, if you're currently reading 1 book, read 2. If you're currently reading 2, read 4. It'll change your life. Most Americans don't even read 1 a year, let alone a month. So just imagine if you pick up 1 book a month and complete it in the art of sales, and you're in the game of sales. That's going to change your life, isn't it?
And that's what we're looking for, a change for the better. We don't want to just live day by day, even though it is 1 day at a time, but it's enriching ourselves every day with new information. You know, you're going to read a book and go, that's me. I can't believe they're talking to me. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
Yeah. There's something good in every book.
Oh, my God.
No matter what, right?
Yeah.
Even the seminars, right? Yeah. Commit to going to seminars this year. Commit to coming here for some classes this year. Reach out to us. You know, you want to come to one of our daily seminars. You can go to our website, mpiautoSalesTraining.com. Click on the training section, training calendar, and we have 3 months of trainings laid out for you. We have January, February, March already laid out. We have our sales training boot camps, our 4-day boot camps. We have our 1-day advanced sales training programs that you can see the times and the dates. We have our leadership courses 3 times a month. So you can go to our website at mpiautoSalesTraining.com, www.mpiautoSalesTraining.com. Click on that calendar. Reach out to us. Say, hey, I'm interested in coming. Even if you're not one of our clients, hey, reach out to us. We want you as a client, right? Here in South Florida especially, we're the only automotive sales training school in the state of Florida, the only automotive sales training school, institute. We have an institute. We have a location. We have inside a college, right or wrong. And we're expanding and opening out in different areas throughout Florida, aren't we? You want to keep it a secret? I don't want to keep it a secret. I want the world to know. Okay? We're expanding.
We're growing. We want you to grow. If we can help you in any way, reach out to us. If you know a company that needs help, give us a call. We can do some business together. So just love, baby. Just love.
All right, well, look, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up.
Friday morning, we'll be back next Wednesday afternoon, and we're going to go through another section next Wednesday afternoon at 5:45 in the afternoon. Join us. Join us on our Zoom conference. Next Wednesday afternoon, we may make it Facebook Live,
Okay.
but we're going to be on our Zoom conference for sure next Wednesday. So join
Pure
us.
motivation. Pure
Motivation. This is going to be
fire in the belly.
fire in the belly.
Fire in the belly.
Right. How, right?
Right.
This is, when we talk about sales techniques, we talk about how to increase your sales. Wednesday, we're going to talk about motivation and growth, personal development, right? Personal development. How do we grow as an individual? How do we grow as people? How do we grow as teams? How do we grow as companies, right?
Absolutely.
So you definitely want to join us on that.
Absolutely.
Maximum Potential Institute, MPIAutosalestraining.com. 866-897-0555. 866, I got it right, 897-0555. Email us at info@mpifl.com. info@mpifl.com. If you're in a dealership and you don't have this training program in your dealership, you need to get this training program.
That's right. And next Wednesday, live, we have a special guest next Wednesday. And his name is Jonathan Nolan.
Yeah,
We'll be
man.
live. Get ready for Jonathan, baby.
Possibilities in you. Possibilities in
you.
you. Jonathan
That's right,
Nolan's
over
going to
there.
be in the house Wednesday
Woo!
at 5:45.
Don't miss him,
How do
baby.
you miss this?
Don't miss him.
You can't miss it. All right, let's do this, okay? Everybody have a great weekend. First week, start out 2019. How you want to do it. Let's get going. Get that momentum. Don't stop. It's called the law of momentum. John Maxwell's 21 laws of leadership.
Okay. All right. But on the count of three.
Yes.
1,
What are we doing?
2,
Oh, okay, you ready?
3. Fire in the belly!